Hey guys, Doug here. How's it going? Have another fall wax review for you. This is Apple Bourbon by Goose Creek. This is the little melt pack that they have here. You can see I have burned 2 of the cubes here. I've got about 20 hours, about 10 each. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be doing a lot more wax melts this year. I have a lot of candles too, but this doing the wax melts is just it's a lot easier for me to do because I can swap out scents fast. It's cheaper to do them. And to be honest, I would rather discuss the scents versus how the candles burn. Just to me, the scents are actually the interesting part, the candles secondary. I love burning candles, of course, but it's just easier this way for a multitude of reasons. Anyways, getting into this is Apple Bourbon by Goose Creek. I'm really excited to talk about this. I actually did burn this candle in 2016. I burned it all the way down on one of their 2-wick standard jars. And I wanted to try it again here for a very good reason, because I remember I loved Apple Bourbon before when I burned this. And in melting this, again, I got about 20 hours in melting this. This is probably my favorite apple scent, and I don't say that lightly. I love my apple candles, and there's so many companies that do apple well. I've never had one just like this though. It's fairly unique to me. So I don't think this scent is overly complicated, but what it's done, or what it does, is it does very, very well. So you've got a nice apple. It's not an overly sweet apple. It doesn't taste like a just peeled apple or anything. It's just it's a good, authentic apple scent. And what separates it though is you get the like an oak charred barrel in there with it. That like they age whiskey or bourbon in. And you also get a little bit like a tinge of whiskey or bourbon, and it has that little bit of sourness to it. And this all mixes up for just a spectacular fragrance. It's very rustic style, very kind of country, I guess, like a country apple. But it's very, very nice. I actually do like to drink whiskey and bourbon. I like I don't drink a bunch of it, but I do like a good one here or there, a drink of it. And this tastes like a really nice, or I'm sorry, it smells. I shouldn't say it tastes. It smells like a nice whiskey or bourbon. The note in it, it just like a classier one, not like a cheaper, kind of stinky one. Sometimes they can get stinky or skunky. It's not like that. So it's just it's a smooth. It'd be like a smooth sipping bourbon is the end of this. And I actually do like to have, it's kind of become popular, the apple bourbons and whiskey now, the flavored ones. I do like those somewhat, especially the roasted apple ones. It's nice, and it reminds me of that. The apple isn't really roasted here. It's not like that kind of apple, but it gives me the vibe that having like one of those whiskeys have. Now I should say it's not overly boozy. I don't mean to imply that this is like a super boozy candle or melt, whatever. It doesn't smell like that. It has that note of whiskey that brings the rest of it home. That apple and the charred barrel is just it's such a fantastic combination. I haven't had an apple that's like this in a couple years since I actually burned the candle. And I should say the wax melt here, again, about 20 hours on it. Very, very strong. Each one of these little chunks that are in it, what do they have? 6 chunks, So I burned each about 10 hours. And when I wound up throwing it away, it was still somewhat scented. It wasn't as strong, of course, as the beginning of it. But so, by my estimation, you're looking probably in one of these, which this cost me $2. I got it on sale online with some of the other fall scents. So you'd like 60 hours for $2. I mean, that's really, really good in my opinion. Wax color on it, which is the same as the candle, I know, is that dark burnt orange / maroon. It fits the motif here perfectly, and the label, which is also the label that you have on the candle. Of course, the candle label's bigger. Really nice here. Just apples in the it looks like in a bucket there. It's they don't have the whiskey or the barrels in there, but I can assure you those notes are here, and that's what's so nice about it. It's just that a super original apple. And I was hard when on the the Yankee sugared apple, the cinnamon sugared apple, whatever the new one is. I just did my Yankee Candle Fall preview, and I was maybe a little bit too harsh on it, saying it was unoriginal or whatever. And while I do think that, I think part of the reason maybe I was so harsh is I've been melting this now, as I've been doing the other stuff too. I've been melting and burning a lot of fall stuff, getting ready for the review season here, because I have so many I'm going to attempt to do. I had to start early on it. And you know what? I can burn fall candles every day. I don't really care. I do try and stay seasonal in Christmas. That's like the only time. But for the rest of it, once we get really past, around Memorial and on, it's all fall for me. I just, you know, I don't care if I'm out of season. It just puts me in a happy place, right? And I guess I should say this isn't a fall candle per se for Goose Creek. This is actually part of their regular line. This is like a flagship fragrance for them, so they do sell it year-round. But it's a fall fragrance. I mean, that's, you know, come on, apple bourbon, that's what it is. So, yeah, if you're looking for like a rustic apple, if you like whiskey, if you like apple, if you like that roasted, you know, barrel type of scent, if you think it's something you would like, I would strongly recommend this. Sorry, I can't talk. It's just, it's nice, it's original, and I absolutely love this. This is my favorite apple scent, and yes, even more so than Yankees Macintosh. I know yes, that makes me a heretic to some, but I actually enjoy this more. This is more my style. You know, that's, you know, and you know, it's funny, I've never even talked about Macintosh on this channel. I will sometime this fall. It's another one of those, everyone knows what it smells like, but still it's fun to talk about. But yeah, Goose Creek, apple bourbon, is where it's at, in my opinion. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon.